Welcome, welcome, welcome to a Marketer's Lounge. I am the operator, facilitator, and brand ambassador. I am also the owner and operator of a Marketer's Lounge, a virtual resource broker house where we connect speakers, trainers, and event producers to the resources they need to obtain, maintain, and retain clients, their ideal audience, their avatar, and revenue. So, what we've done here is that we wanted to provide you with a resource that will allow you to relax. The guide and planner to meetups is what we hope does just that. This planner slash guide we designed with you in mind. And at a Marketer's Lounge, we want you to get the resources you need to obtain, maintain, and retain those clients, ideal audience, avatar, and revenue while allowing you to relax just a little bit. And in this case, through meetups. Inside, you'll find resources, you'll find a checklist, to-do lists, and journal slash notes page. A little bit about us. A Marketer's Lounge, a virtual resource broker house. Well, we know that whether you're just starting your business, narrowing down your niche or avatar, or scaling your business, you may need a little help. There are some common questions that are asked, and we'd like to connect you to some solutions. You can spend a lot of time doing market research or spending money only to be left without the results that you were looking for. And we want to take some of the guesswork out of it for you. So this guide slash planner is meant to provide you with some insight on meetups and some resources to effectively plan, execute, and follow up from them. The first page that we're going to talk about is many people ask, why a meetup? Why would I use a meetup if I want to obtain resources or connect with my ideal client? Or how is it going to help me to relax? Well, we'd like to give you 5 of the top reasons why. The first one is that they can be inexpensive. Many people avoid having events because they're viewed as having large upfront costs. But meetups can be conducted from a living room, a basement, backyard, local restaurant, church, local library, or any place that you already frequent or have a reputation. The second reason is it doesn't take a lot of time. The average meetup is only 2 to 4 hours. So this means that you can slide in after breakfast, between lunch and dinner, or even as a happy hour, my favorite. It fits into your schedule and it allows you to still have your day to either work or play. Number 3, they can happen as frequently as you like. Because it's low cost, you can have them as frequently as you like. You can have them weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually. We just advise you have them. 4, it doesn't require a lot of refreshments. Because the time frame is shorter, you can get away with coffee, water, juice, muffins, and donuts in the morning. Or you can fit for water, tea, lemonade, chips, and finger sandwiches for the afternoon. Or you can opt for happy hour. And then that way, they pay for their own, but what I suggest is that you have the bar make a signature drink. That way the group can order it and they've got something in this experience that they link back to it and makes them think of this event. 5, your goals can change. Set a goal for each meetup. It may be closing sales, it may be increasing your email list, it may be selling products on site, but just set them, hit them, follow up, and then book again. So to help you, we designed a task planner sheet. So here, we ask that you use this page and duplicate it for the tasks that you need to complete leading up to, on the day of, and days after the event. Minimizing the tasks and to have a list focused on a particular project increases productivity. So as you look at this particular sheet, you'll notice that it has a section for goals, a section for priorities, a to-do list, and then it breaks it up into the three parts of the day that we're still operating. So for me, I'm an afternoon to evening kind of gal. So the things that are going to be more tedious, time consuming, that I need to be working in my genius or a higher level in order to perform them, I'll place in those time frames. Morning for the quicker tasks, those things that I can put several of them into an hour and knock them out. But this is designed so that you can customize it for you. And then what we've done is we've taken each one of those sections and we've assigned them their own planner page. So this is the goal page. And in this page, you'll use it and duplicate it for the goals that you've set on the task planner page. Sometimes you need to drill down a little bit and then to break the goals up into bite-sized digestible pieces. Placing the goal in there and then making sure to put a due date on it. We noted in planning events, one of the crucial elements is making sure that we've properly planned it out. In order to do that, we need to have dates and times attached. The next one is the priority planner. When you use this page and duplicate it for the priorities that you've set on the task planner page, and sometimes you need to prioritize to meet budget goals and to plan deadlines. So this is what we would advise to use. The last section on that task page is the to-do section. And with that, we have given you space to write down a couple of the to-dos and then to, again, place due dates. And in some cases, it will be times if you use these for a day at a time. So you'll put in a time instead of the due date. But this is to keep you on track so that you can then block these things out and write in those things that will assist you in completing those to-dos. One of my favorite pages in the planner is the week out planner. And this is a snapshot of the days of the week prior to the event. So you can jot down the things as they come up for the week leading up to the meetup. So there are things that you know ahead of time that you'll need to do during that week. And you may not have them on a planner. The to-dos aren't there. You haven't created the goals yet, but you've gotten that phone call or an invoice that has to be paid. So you can jot those items down on these lists, and hey, it doesn't have to be for the week out, but we want to make sure that you do have one for the week out. But if you want to use this, duplicate it and use it for all the weeks leading up to, be our guest. All we want to do is to make sure that we can provide you with resources that'll help you relax through the planning process as well as the actual event itself, and then set you up for success to do follow-up on the back end. Here is checklist. So with this, we provided a checklist of some of the items to get you started and to get you comfortable with the idea of having a meetup, whether this is your first one or whether you've had one before and you just didn't get the success that you were looking for. Note, this is not all inclusive, nor is it an exclusive list. So these things that we've listed on this checklist are just things to get you started. You're going to look at Pinterest or go to YouTube or talk to your coach, and they're going to tell you there are some other things that you need to concentrate on when you're doing any kind of event. Or you're going to talk to your business bestie and they're going to say, well, this doesn't have this on it. It doesn't have that on it. Again, this is not an all-inclusive list, but we want to jog your thought process with a few things. The first being, what's your purpose or goal? And then, are you passionate about it? Knowing your purpose for setting up the meetup increases the probability of success. And without planning a goal, you can't measure the success. What's your budget? And then, will you partner with sponsors or vendors? Well, again, knowing your budget will allow you to make educated decisions about the need for sponsors or vendors. Remember that both of them can give you great marketing exposure and create additional revenue, even if you think that they're not needed. But establishing that budget first will tell you whether they are required. What's your call to action? And what's your follow-up process? Do you already have a product, a service, or an offer that you're going to pitch? Or are you going to create one for the event? Are you establishing an email list? And so it's going to be concentrated on getting people in the room and that sign-in sheet being vital, or that data entry process for those techies out there, making those things vital to obtaining an email address. Whether you're still having them subscribe to a lead magnet, or to go here or book there, or what's the process? What's your call to action going to be? And how are you going to follow up? If they're purchasing something on site, is that where your call to action is going to be? Or maybe you're going to have a nurturing or a sales process they have to go through. Well, these are the questions that you'd like to ask yourself, and they're going to be derived and created from the purpose and goal that you just established earlier along in this checklist. How many attendees do you want to have? So the numbers determined by looking at your goal and then reverse engineering based on the sales items that you have or the list count that you want, and obtaining and calculating how many attendees or purchasers it'll take to hit that goal. Note here as well that the numbers and the conversion percentages will vary depending on whether you have products on site, whether it's for an email list, whether there's a nurturing process and you've done a pitch and now they have to follow instructions to go to another area online in order to complete the process. And then how many speakers or trainers will you have, or how many do you need? And then will they be able to pitch to the audience? And are you going to establish an affiliate or a joint venture relationship so that you are compensated on their purchases during this event? If you want to strengthen the value in the meetup and you don't feel like you can bring it all yourself, or that you have enough time or concentration, if this is your first meetup and you're concentrating on how's this process going because you don't have anyone working with you, then maybe having an additional speaker or trainer that's aligned with your brand values and missions coming in and working with you is a good way to have a successful meetup. Ideally, you want them to have a similar avatar and audience, and that'll allow to increase the actual attendance at the event because they then have their own email list and they have a tribe or a following on social media, or they're going to put their own ad dollars or live streaming into pitching this event. Offer to share the attendee list or the sign-in sheet with them, and of course, offer to trade services or provide something for their audience so that you can keep the cost down. This page is the Notepad. And I like this page because there's a blank section in the top. So it allows you to take some of those task planner one-pagers, such as goals, and then take a specific goal, place it in the blank section of it, maybe write down what topic it is, or just totally transfer it from that sheet. And then it gives you lines to go in and to, maybe you like creating lists or steps. Maybe on the priority list was having conversation or vetting a speaker or trainer to collaborate with. And so you put that speaker's name, the date that you're having the conversation, the time at the top, what their maybe signature speech or training is, and then the rest of the lines using for the conversation that you have during the conference call, or if it was a face-to-face meetup, then that. But this just allows you to take the planner items on those other sheets and to go a little bit farther, or just jotting down as you go through the process. Maybe it involves going to the grocery store to pick up food. So this is a place where you put, the food items, and you have one in there and the blank's got food on it, and you jot down what you'll need so that you can check those items off. Maybe it is supplies that you're going to need for the event. Maybe it is the AV process, and you're writing down what equipment you need to have, but just another sheet so that you have something, and whether it's all kept in one book and you publish this and have it printed as an actual booklet, or whether you print the pages out individually so that you can create a binder. Either way, you can copy those sheets out, duplicate them, and print out as many you need for what you need. So now we're at the final page of this planner / guide. And so what happens here is that we realize that some of you went through this planner process and you saw everything in it and you said, this is exactly what I needed just to get started. You just needed a little push, and you can go from start to finish with just this. Some of you are going to need a little more instruction. Maybe you need checklist design just for you and your niche and your meetup. Maybe you'd like to meet up out of town and you don't know the city. You've never been there. You don't know what venues meet your needs or what speakers may be local to the area. So at a Marketer's Lounge, we're here to help. We can assist you. We can connect you. So if you have the PDF version from online, you'll just hit the Book Now button, and that will take you over to a Marketer's Lounge where you can actually book your consultation. You'll go to the Meet Up Planner and then get on our calendar so that we can talk about your particular meetup and see what's best for you. If you just want to be part and find out whether the resources are available to you, please use the website at the bottom of the page, themarketerslounge.club. That link will take you over to a Marketer's Lounge on Facebook, where we have a group designed and a page designed especially for you, for speakers, trainers, and event producers, with resources on marketing, on branding, on how do I throw a successful event, why just a meetup, who's out there that I may want to have speak or train at my event. Or maybe I just need some love. Maybe I need a word or two, a motivational thought. Maybe I'm changing my processes up. In the first meetup, I had a product on site, and now I want a nurturing or sales process, and I need to understand what that looks like, or what actual products, tools should I use in order to create that process. So at a Marketer's Lounge, it is a virtual resource broker house where we do connect you to those resources to allow you to relax just a little bit. So hopefully you've found this planner slash guide to be very useful, and we hope that some of you will be able to move forward with just this guide and planner itself, and hey, have your first meetup, or be able to have a successful meetup, or be able to work with someone else on having a meetup that hasn't had one. But if that's not you and you want some help and the planner just doesn't do it by itself, there's no problem. So again, a Marketer's Lounge, a virtual resource broker house where we provide the resources to allow you to relax just a little bit. So I am the operator, facilitator, brand ambassador, and speaker, owner and operator of a Marketer's Lounge. And I just like to say, operator out.